Ermes Gasparini versus Dave Chaffee. Ermes was scheduled to pull Jerry, but Jerry got injured while wrapping out over 500 pounds on a bench press. So the replacement is Dave Chaffee. With like 3 weeks notice, Dave said, yes, I'm willing to pull. Who do you think is going to win this match and why?
I'm so fucking up in the air on both of these guys right now. Like, I don't know. I love them both. Like, I think Dave is Dave. Dave's the most humble fucking human being on the fucking planet. Ermes, I didn't really care much for him after our bout we had with WL over the last couple of years. Talked to him a few more times. I'm actually starting to get to know him. I'm starting to like him a lot more.
Yeah.
The potential that Ermes has is outstanding. Dave, we've just noticed during Vertali, after just powering through people and powerhousing through people for fucking 10, 15 fucking years, Dave looks like he's actually be able to learn how to arm wrestle. He's not just grabbing people and pushing to the pad. He's maneuvering around the table. He's getting a little more finesseful. He doesn't just have one weapon. So I really don't know what the fuck to think about this match. Like, I'm super excited to watch this one. The thing is Dave's hand is like fucking iron. Dave has a massive, strong, thick fucking hand. And now we just seen that Dave can pull without his fucking hand.
Yeah.
Ermes has a fucking hand like fucking iron as well. Super, super strong fucking hand. Tons retarded fucking back pressure. His rise is insane, but he can't pull without a hand.
Yeah.
If Ermes' hand goes negative in any way whatsoever, it's fucking over. So, and we witnessed that when I pulled. You know what I mean? I don't have
Yeah.
the arm strength that Ermes has, but as soon as I cracked his wrist, it was done. So that is where it all depends on where this match is going to go. If Dave's hand is strong enough to match Ermes and he can crack his wrist in any way, it's Dave's match all fucking day long.
Mm.
But if Ermes cracks Dave's wrist and he gets him over, that's where Ermes has a chance. But Dave is now a motherfucker that can pull without a wrist that he wasn't really able to before. He was still able to always side pressure, but now he's committing his shoulder and everything else a lot more. He's crowding the table. He's staying a lot tighter. This is where it gets interesting, right? So I really don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But Ermes' ability to be able to take somebody's wrist and then transition into that press is really fucking good too, right? Yeah. so I really don't know. I'm 50-50 on this one. Like, if you were to give me $100 to bet, I'd bet on one of them. 30 seconds later, I'd be pulling that money off and I'd be putting it on the other person just because it could go either freaking way. So I honestly, I don't know. You know what I mean? And I like both of these guys, but I really don't fucking know on this. So I'm like completely up in the air on it. Yeah. So
I'd like to mention 3 points about what you just said. And first point is you clearly mentioned that Hermes doesn't have a game if his wrist goes back, and Dave can pull without his wrist. But I don't think we have seen Dave pull without his wrist as well when he's on the losing side. We have seen him in this position without his wrist. What if Hermes takes him here? Have you ever seen Dave pull out a win from this position? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I don't know, right? Like it's so like I don't know where to go with it. But the thing is if Dave gets here, if Dave can still transition his shoulder in behind, whether he's in a winning or he's in a losing position, once that shoulder is committed, that's a fucking strong man, a big man you got to push through, right? So it's like, I really do not know. I really don't know which way to go with this one. I really don't know. So, and I think majority of it has to do with who's going to have the better hand at the beginning. If Dave's hand can match Ermes, I'm going to have to go with Dave. So, and Dave has a really fucking strong fucking hand. Like Dave has one of the most intimidating hands I'd ever felt, and it was at WL event, but still just going up and shaking his hand, and it was just like, what in the fuck, right? Like it felt like he had an anvil in his fucking hand. So it's Dave's hand might be strong enough to match Ermes, right?
Yeah.
So it's if he can apply enough down pressure to contain Ermes' rise, is what I
Yeah.
feel.
Right. And the second point that I wanted to mention, you clearly said that you had Hermes as the favorite against Jerry, but on this one, to me, it looks like you're slightly, very slightly leaning towards Dave, maybe a 55-45. This is what my assumption is from what you're saying. And the third point is you're talking about Dave getting behind his arm and pressing through. Yes, he did that to Vitali in the first, even in the first round. But Hermes he has a much shorter arm, more compact, more solid arm. So yes, everyone can do that press if we are already into the third, fourth round and everyone is gassed out. Then you are completely using a separate muscle group. You get behind the shoulder and you can press through. But in the first or maybe in the second round, I don't think Dave can do that to Hermes because Hermes, like, it is not about me saying whether he has lost like that or not, but Hermes has never lost when he has taken someone's wrist. Never in his career. Like, he just simply
No,
doesn't lose.
no,
He
he
just doesn't.
hasn't. He hasn't.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
same thing for Vitali. It was a long arm and like lifting Dave's entire body up, literally trying to escape that press. It was a difficult thing, but I think it may be possible. So I think if somebody like makes a guess on this, I think I can say with some amount of confidence that Dave cannot press through Hermes without a wrist. I don't think Dave has a chance. He has a very
But
good
like you
chance
had
of
said, like you had mentioned, later rounds is when Dave was starting to commit more with the press.
yeah.
There's not many people that can match Dave's strength in the early rounds either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Only
if
Levan. For now, all we
Dave
have seen
comes
only Levan.
in strong enough in that first round or two, enough to crack Ermes' wrist and take Ermes down, if he cracks Ermes' wrist, Ermes is going down
Yeah.
instantly.
That can happen all day.
Like
It can happen three times in a
without
day.
a doubt, Ermes is going down instantly if Dave can crack Ermes' wrist.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a whole lot of time for Ermes to get Dave starting to get gassed a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm so back and forth with this one. This is probably the most exciting match on the card, if you ask me. Like by far, this is the most exciting match on the card because it could, in my eyes, it could go either fucking way.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe we are going to see a war once again. Not many people are expecting a war here, just like the Vitali match. Everyone was saying, yes, this is a very close match. Anyone can win this match, but it is going to end fast either way. Either Dave is going to just go through him or Vitali is just going to flash pin him. But that wasn't the case. People are saying the same thing about this match as well. Maybe we are going to see a war once again.
And people are talking about that Ermes is so strong right now, and Ermes is seeing how strong he is. We're going to find out in the first two rounds exactly how strong Ermes has actually gotten.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, besides LEVAN, Dave Chaffee is the strongest arm wrestler on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Today. Besides LEVAN, there's nobody I believe that can match Dave's power to power strength, center of the table, ready, go. I don't think there's a single fucking man on the planet that can match him. So.
Yeah. And LEVAN will also be watching this match carefully because there are talks that I'm not sure if Dave is going to get a match, but earlier they were saying that if Ermes beats Jerry or Jerry beats Ermes, the winner is going to face LEVAN at King of the Table 6 in February. Like, this is not officially announced, but I think we've heard enough about it. So the same thing goes for this match. If Ermes wins, I think he's for sure going to get a match against LEVAN and in February, King of the Table. But I'm not sure if it is the same if Dave wins because LEVAN has already beaten Dave 6-0. So then maybe we're not going to see a LEVAN Saginashvili match, or maybe we will with Dave Chaffee.